Hey guys, it might help if I actually turn on my sound. Okay, hopefully this is audible. I'm going to be doing a review on a book that I gave 3.5 stars. I know, usually I wouldn't do so much of a review if a book got that many stars, but I thought I'd actually put it out there for you guys to know about, in case you're wanting to read something a little bit outside the box. So, I recently read a book called Emma's Luck by Claudia Schreiber. It is a beautiful, beautiful cover and lends itself to be quite chiclety, and it's a hardback. Now, I picked this up, I believe the story behind it was I picked it up at a shop that does books for $5 each. I may be wrong, but I can't remember. So I'm thinking of doing a thing where I tell you about where I got my books or a little bit of the story behind it, if there is one. I'll read you the inside flap and then we'll go on to discuss my thoughts about the book. There are only two things Emma wishes for: money to save her beloved farm and a man. One night she is woken by the sound of a crash and goes outside to find a Ferrari overturned in her field. The driver is unconscious. The man in the car is Max. Diagnosed with terminal cancer and with nothing left to lose, he has stolen a pile of money and a Ferrari from his mobster boss and is en route to Mexico. Emma can scarcely believe her luck. He has received things she's always prayed for, and she is determined to keep both. She takes Max into her house and hides dollar bills in some freshly made sausages. When he finally comes around, Max enters an entirely new world. He, who is afraid of animals and can't bear dirt, must adapt to Emma's way of life. Slowly the two of them reach an understanding, but what future can they share? The mob will not be long coming after the money. Now he has recovered from the crash. Can Emma trust Max not to run again? And can he trust her to keep him safe? Part fairy tale, part romance, part suspense. Once read, Emma's Luck will not be easily forgotten. And that last part is really true. Now, I read this in a day, pretty much. It was a very, very hot day. There was nothing else to do. Like, I could not do any chores or anything like that. It was just sweltering. So, which is very rare for me. Even if it is a very short book, I can't read a book like that in a day, usually. When I went into it, I picked it up thinking, by the sounds of it, that it would be very chick lit. But when I started reading it, it was very dark. And I know a lot of people have read this book and thought that it was very fairy tale romance-like. I have had a completely different reading experience. I felt this book was a bit different, a bit obscure, I'd say, for me, for my tastes. I think it deserves a second reading. Emma is a very strong character, but she is also very broken, and on reflection about the things that she went through as a child and how she turned out as an adult, I kind of have to not sympathise with her, but really respect her. She went through some terrible shit, which you find out throughout the novel, which makes this novel a bit more darker. And I think for me, it made me just really appreciate some people's strengths and determination. And it was really sad in parts as well. Like, this book is really sad. There are a lot of parts that are kind of thriller-like as well, especially revolve around Emma, because I felt like I was always on edge reading about her, and it made me feel very uncomfortable, but at the same time I really did respond quite strongly to her. Max was a different character. I did really feel sorry for him and his diagnosis, and I really think that he grew a lot through the novel, and it has a very terribly sad ending. Definitely not a happy-go-lucky book. A bittersweet ending. This whole book was very bittersweet, and Max's story in itself is just one that kind of tears at the heart and makes you appreciate the things that you have and makes you question, you know, I know for myself I have fears, and there are some things I don't want to do because I'm too scared. And, you know, you always ask the question, what if? And I think Max's life is a big what if. He's just so frightened to live, and when he crashes and he wakes up and Emma starts to take care of him, they come together in a really beautiful but tortured way. And on reflection, it makes me want to cry, actually, because I don't think I read it as well as I wanted to, but it makes me cry because it's such a real story. What I really do appreciate about the author is that she's taken a slice from life and she's created something that's really raw and intense and just, I don't know, it's really different. I'm not giving it a really good review or thoughts, but when they come together, it creates something and it changes them, and it really just makes you think. And I like novels that make you think. Now, I didn't really greatly enjoy the way that it was written. I think that was my biggest downfall. It is German literature, which is something also I'm very grateful for. I'm grateful for having the opportunity to read some literature that's been translated in a different language to English. I think that I found that there was a lot of droppings of words and sentence structure, and I think that's just sort of not a cultural thing, but a language thing. I find English language sometimes difficult, so to read something that's been translated, I think I lost a lot of that as well. I think if I had read it as a German person, I probably would have taken it on board a little bit more. And that's not being racist or anything like that, that's just my opinions, that I did feel like there was a lot of it's a different writing style, and it's a different language, even though it's not, if you know what I mean. I've read some other books in different languages too, and I always feel, even if so slightly, that I'm lost a little bit, and there were some passages that I had to read over again. But while I didn't enjoy this book as much as a 5-star rating, I really did want to put it out there for people who wanted to read something different. Check out the reviews, read through the reviews. It's really short. I don't know how much it is, but I think it's like $12. But it's definitely worth the read, and you learn a lot about farm life as well, and some things I did not want to learn about at all, especially when it comes to killing animals. But one of the most beautiful parts of this novel was her love for the animals and her story around that, and how the animals on the farm were her family. And I just thought that was so heartbreaking. She come from a family who were just atrocious and disgusting, and she found such solace and love with these animals. And there was a passage, or a couple of parts in the book, where she becomes part of that world, and she becomes part of this animal life cycle, and it's just heartbreaking but beautiful at the same time. So definitely pick it up if you have the chance, if you see it. Yeah, I really would like to recommend it. It's just a bit bizarre, but yeah, definitely pick it up. I would really love to hear your thoughts, because I'm really interested to see other people's perspectives of this book and their reading experiences as well. I'm probably going to actually keep it on my shelf. I thought about not throwing it away, but giving it away. But I think it does deserve a second reading. I think there's some things in it that I'm going to have to read a couple more times to really absorb it. But as is, it's a 3.5 stars for me. And yeah, so I thought I'd also quickly show you two things that I'm working on at the moment, aside from my reading. I am working on a canvas art of Supernatural. I'm not really liking it very much at the moment, but it's a work in progress. So, Sam Dean, because I love Supernatural. And I'm also working through a scrapbooking page of me and my partner at a burger place, but you can't really see that. And this little stamp there says, all you need is love and grilled burgers. So I'll just hold it up a little closer. That's me, my partner. Some glittery butterflies that I made. So yeah, that's what I've been working on since yesterday really. And I've got to do a bit more to it. So that's me, that's my review, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm off to eat some breakfast and check out some book videos. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'm getting better, I hope, at reviewing things. You can also check out my written review on my blog. I will put the blog link below. And yep, so thank you guys for watching, and I shall talk to you later.